Morning students. Today we will do the experiment on the metals reactivity. For this we take four metals, that is iron, aluminium, zinc and copper. Alright, we can arrange these metals in the increasing or decreasing order of their reactivities. For this we take some iron filling, copper fillings. Fillings means powder form. We have copper powder here, which is a brownish in color, and the copper wire too. We can perform the experiment from both of these. Second thing, we are having the iron nails. We can take iron nails for the experiment. Third, that is aluminium powder. Aluminium powder are little bit grayish in color. You can see that is these are the grayish in color. And fourth, we have the zinc dust. Zinc and iron are almost grayish in color. Remember this thing, zinc dust. But the zinc particles are more gray in nature. All right. Now for this experiment, we need the salt, aqua solution of these four salts. So for that we can take, that is copper sulfate. Here is copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is totally blue, that is pale blue in nature. Second, we are having the aluminium sulfate. Aluminium sulfate are generally in the powdered form. In the crystalline form they appear as a whitish in nature. You can see that it is little bit whitish in nature. All right. Third, we can take zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate is almost the similar white crystalline salt. It is also the white crystalline salt. And the fourth one is, that is ferrous sulfate. Remember students, in examinations always asking about the ferrous sulfate color in the crystalline form. So it is pale green in nature. You can see that it is pale green, leafy like structures, green leafy like structures. All right. So remember the colors of all the four components that we are using and the metals also. Now in the solution form, these appear as copper sulfate, it appears as a pale blue. Aluminium sulfate, it is totally transparent, it is highly soluble in nature, that is why it appears as a transparent aqua solutions. Next one is the zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate is little bit, the solubility of zinc sulfate is less miscible. That means, that shows that zinc sulfate are not properly soluble, they are less miscible. Alright. Now we have the ferrous sulfate solution. Ferrous sulfate solutions appear as a greeny, that is pale green nature. Alright, this is a pale green in nature. For this experiment we take four test tube marked as A, B, C, D. Alright, what do? We pour some salt in it, like copper sulfate salt. Copper sulfate in four test tubes. First, like this, that is marked as A, B, C, D. So in this experiment we marked A, B, C, D. We pour copper sulfate around 10 ml in each test tube. Alright, in this manner. You can see copper sulfate solution in each test tube. Now next thing, what we have to do? We have to do one thing. In copper sulfate solutions that is marked as A, B, C, D, we pour some metals in it. Like first, that is copper fillings. Copper fillings we are using. Copper fillings in copper sulfate solution in test tube A. You can see there is no change in the color itself. The copper metals settle down at the bottom, appear as a brownish in nature, and the solution is appear as a blue. Why it is so? Because copper and copper ions makes an equilibrium here. The second thing, in test tube B, we use iron nail. Some iron nail particles. These are the iron nail particles, and put it into the solution. After some time it appears as a brownish in nature. Why? Because iron particles are more reactive than copper particles. Alright. In the third test tube, what we do? We pour some aluminium metal. Aluminium metal in the third test tube. You can see that aluminium metals, these are the grayish in nature. It totally dissolves in copper sulfate, and the solution will appear as a grayish in nature. Why it is so? Because aluminium is highly reactive than copper. Right. Next is, in fourth test tube we use zinc dust. Zinc dust is little bit more grayish in nature than aluminium powder. Remember this thing. Alright, we pour some zinc metal in it, and once again it's appear as a greenish in nature. Alright, now observe carefully these test tubes, the four test tubes. In test tube A there is no change. You can see that. Why it is so? Because copper ions and copper metals make equilibrium to each other, therefore there is no change. In test tube B, you can see the iron particles. Iron nail appear as a greenish, as reddish brown because of the rusting. It seems like rusted iron. Why it is so? Because iron is more reactive than copper, so iron displays the copper from its solution, and it is the reactivity. Next thing, we using aluminium powder. Aluminium powder, you can see the aluminium powder settle down, and aluminium sulfate is formed here, which is appear as a PPT, that is precipitated, and once again copper sulfate is appeared, is reacted. So that means the solution color change, that shows that aluminium is more reactive than copper. So once again it displays the copper sulfate on salt solution. In the fourth test tube we use the zinc. You can see here the totally color change of the solution. The solution of the color from the blue they turn to, that is black. The black colors is generally of, that is zinc sulfate. Alright, and the solution appear as a yellow with the elimination of some bubbles, that means gases here. Okay? Alright, so in this reaction what will happen here? In this reaction particularly the displacement reaction changes. So from these observations we conclude that copper is less reactive and the three metals, that is zinc, aluminium and iron, are more reactive than copper. Alright, zinc, aluminium and iron are more reactive than copper. This is the conclusion. Fine. Hello students. So far we have discussed about the first experiment, in which we have studied the reactivity of different metals on copper sulfate. Now the experiment second, in which we study about the metals, the same metals we have studied on the next solution, that is we are using here, that is aluminium sulfate. Alright, what we have to do, we take aluminium sulfate in 4 test tubes of equal amounts. Alright, let us say it's 2 or 3 grams, it's sufficient for this. In 4 test tube we pour some aluminium sulfate in 4 test tubes, right, and make the solutions there, and we make its solutions, like we add some water in it to make sure that it should be a pure water, so that the solutions doesn't have any impurity in it. Alright, you can see aluminium sulfate is little bit soluble in water. They form aqueous solutions there. Alright, in the same manner 4 test tubes we are having, in these 4 test tubes we are having the aluminium sulfate aqueous solution. It is the aqueous solutions of the 4 solutions here. Fine. Now what we have to do, the test tube marked as A, B, C, D, and we add the 4 metals in it and see the reactivities of it. Now see, in the first we add copper fillings. In test tube A we are adding copper fillings here, right. In test tube B we add iron nails, in test tube C we add aluminium metal, and in test tube D we add zinc dust particles. And observe the result after a few minutes. Now after a few minutes you can see copper do not make any change into the solution of aluminium sulfate. Why it is so? Because copper is less reactive and therefore do not displace the copper, the aluminium from its salt. That means copper is less reactive than aluminium. In the second case, iron nail also do not change any color. That shows that iron particles, that means iron is also less reactive than aluminium and therefore do not displace aluminium from its salts. In the third test tube, you can see here we add aluminium to aluminum sulfate solution, and therefore the solution has no change at all. The aluminum sulfate solutions, the aluminum powder, we are using aluminum powder in aluminum sulfate. The aluminum powder is grayish in color. That's the same color it shows here. That means they both make an equilibrium to each other. Aluminum ions and aluminum make an equilibrium here. Now in this fund we use the zinc dust particles, and here the color changes there. That no color changes at all here. That shows that once again aluminum is more reactive than zinc, and therefore zinc do not displace any color, or any zinc do not displace the salt, the metal from its salt solution. Alright. So on this reactions, on this observation, we conclude that aluminum is more reactive than these three metals. That means aluminum is more reactive than copper, aluminum is more reactive than iron, aluminum is more reactive than zinc also. That means aluminum is the topmost in the reactivity series. Alright. Now, yes students, so far we have discussed, we have observed about the two solutions, metals reactivity on particular two solutions, that is on copper sulfate solutions we have discussed, alright, and on aluminum sulfate solutions. Now the same experiment performed with the, that is zinc sulfate solution. Here we have a zinc sulfate solution. It is totally miscible. Miscible means that is totally soluble in water, that forms a clear aqueous solutions. Alright. In the same manner we take four metals there, four metals like copper. We are using copper metals here, copper wire, and observe it after few minutes. Then second we have iron particles. We can take iron nail there and pour it into the test tube. And third, that is C test tube, we are using aluminium metal powder. That is, we are having aluminium metal powder and we are taking it into the test tube. Alright, you can observe the color. It is little bit grayish in nature. In the fourth test tube, zinc sulfate, in the zinc sulfate solution we are using zinc metal. Alright, that we have a zinc metals. Now see, after 2 or 3 minutes, what we observe here, when we put a copper wire into the zinc sulfate solution, there is a no change. That means copper is less reactive than zinc sulfate. That means copper is less reactive than zinc, that is the metal. Therefore, it do not displace the metal from its salt solution. In the second case, in the similar manner, we can see that iron do not displace the zinc from its salt solution, as it concludes that iron is less reactive than, that is zinc metal. In the third case, you can see a PPT is there and the clear solution is poured there. So what's the conclusion here? That means in this test tube, in the C test tube, we are using the aluminium powder, aluminium particles in the zinc sulfate solution, and see the change in the color. Aluminium sulfate is formed, which is settled down as a PPT, and the solution appears a clear solution. That means aluminium is more reactive than the zinc. The reaction, the color change is there. In the fourth test tube, you can see there is no change in the color. That is zinc sulfate solution, zinc and zinc sulfate solution, they form an equilibrium here. So in equilibrium, there is zinc, equilibrium is established between the zinc and the zinc particles. So in this experiment, we conclude that copper, iron are less reactive than zinc, and aluminium is more reactive than zinc. Alright students. So in the fourth part, we are using the ferrous sulfate solution. Here we have the test tube marked as A, B, C, D, in which the ferrous sulfate solutions are there. Alright. In the crystalline form, ferrous sulfate is always appear as a pale green in nature, pale green color. Alright. Remember this thing. They are particularly asking about the color of ferrous sulfate crystals and in the aqueous solution. So this is a freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution. In the same manner, we are using 4 metals and pour it in. In test tube A, we are using zinc wire, copper wires. In the test tube B, we are using iron nail. In test tube C, we are using aluminium metal powder, which is a little bit grayish in nature, light gray we can say. Alright, and in test tube D, we are using zinc particles, zinc particle in the ferrous sulfate solution, and observe the color change. In the test tube first, in test tube A, what is observed? There is no change in the color. That shows that copper is less reactive than iron. In test tube B, iron particle, ferrous sulfate, iron nail in ferrous sulfate solution. That means iron and iron 2 positive forms the equilibrium here. In test tube C, we are using the aluminium powder. So observe the color change here. You can see the color solution changes to, that is light gray in nature. That seems that conclude that aluminium is more reactive than iron. That is why the color change, and that is why the displacement reaction occur here. In the fourth experiment, you can see the color change of the ferrous sulfate solution. It appears as a green. That shows that zinc is also more reactive than the iron, and therefore it displays the iron from its salt solution. So after this experiment, in the 4 parts we have done, first part we are using copper sulfate solution and take the 4 metals in it. Second part we are using aluminium sulfate solution and the 4 metals in it. And the third we are using the zinc sulfate and the 4 metals in it. And the fourth we are using the ferrous sulfate solution and the 4 metals in it. So after this we conclude that aluminium is more reactive at all in this 4 experiment. That means it displaces all the metals from its salt solutions. And secondly, apart from aluminium, then that is zinc, and then iron, and then we have the copper. So copper is the least reactive. So the reactivity orders is like this: aluminium is more reactive than zinc, zinc is more reactive than iron, and iron is more reactive than copper. So this is the order here. So how will we perform this experiment? This is the manner in which we are doing the experiment, and the lastly, that is how to write the whole experiment. That is also very important. You have to write in the practical notebooks. So here we go. After performing the experiment, we have to write the experiment in the notebook. So in this manner we have to write. First we always use the aim. The aim is to observe the action of zinc, iron, copper and aluminium metal on the aqueous solution of that is zinc sulfate. So we take 4 parts, that is zinc sulfate, then aluminium sulfate, then ferrous sulfate, and then lastly that is aluminium sulfate. In the 4 salts we are using here. For this we need a solution of zinc sulfate, alright, zinc metal, iron metal, copper metal, aluminium metal and the test tubes. And apart from this, that is the observation table. This is a very important. This I write this observation table first. In this what we will do, we'll do experiment like first we pour some metals like in this manner. We are using the 4 test tubes having the zinc sulfate. Alright, in this 4 test tube we are having the zinc sulfate, and in this 4 test tubes we are using first zinc metal, iron metal, copper metal and aluminium metal, and marked as A, B, C, D. Alright. Now in this manner we are using this. So the experiment first is zinc sulfate with the zinc metal. What will happen? There is no change because zinc and zinc ions make an equilibrium. They form, that is the inference. Inference is the both forms an equilibrium. In the second, zinc sulfate in iron. When we put iron particles or iron nail in zinc sulfate solution, what will happen? Same manner, no change, because iron is more reactive than zinc. Zinc is more reactive than iron. Therefore, it does not displace the zinc from its salt solution. Third, that is copper. When we put copper metals into the zinc sulfate, there is also no change appear. Why it is so? Because copper is less reactive than zinc and therefore do not displace the reactions. And the fourth is aluminium in zinc sulfate. So therefore no change occur. In this manner, why it is so? Because aluminium, there is a color change, when aluminium is poured into the zinc sulfate solution, the color changes. And the color is a grayish color. Gray solution appear, that is gray color appears. It shows that aluminium is more reactive than zinc. Alright. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is, from the set of the experiment we generally conclude that iron, copper are less reactive than zinc and aluminium is more reactive than zinc. Alright. So in the second experiment we perform this experiment on the on aluminum sulfate solution. We take 4 metals here. So our second aim is to observe the action of zinc, iron, copper, aluminum metal on the aqueous solution of aluminum sulfate. And the requirement is the solution of aluminum sulfate and the 4 metals and the test tube that we are taking. So here the observation table second, we take experiment, observation and inference there. So in the first, in A test tube, we pour aluminum metal in aluminum sulfate solution, and here there is no change because they form equilibrium with aluminum and aluminum ions. In the second test tube, in B test tube, we use iron metals and iron nails in aluminum sulfate solutions. Therefore, in the same manner, no change appear. That seems iron is less reactive than aluminum. That is why there is no displacement reaction take place at all. In the third test tube, we pour some copper metals. We take some copper metals in aluminum sulfate solution. Once again, there is no change. That means copper is less reactive than aluminum. And the fourth test tube, that is in the D test tube, we using the zinc metals in the aluminum sulfate aqueous solution. And here also there is no change. That seems the aluminum is more reactive than zinc. So finally, we conclude that aluminum is more reactive than these 3 metals, that is copper, iron and zinc. Alright. In the third part we are using, that is we have to observe the action of the metal on the copper sulfate aqueous solution. For this we have to take aqueous solution of copper sulfate and the 4 metals in the test tube. Here is the observation table again. That is, we taking the copper sulfate aqueous solution and pouring the 4 metals in it. With the aluminum there is no color change. With the aluminum the color change observed that shows that aluminum is more reactive than copper. With the iron, color change observed, that means it shows iron is also the more reactive than copper. With the copper there is no color change, that means they are in equilibrium state. Both metals are same, that shows that they are in equilibrium state. That is, with the zinc, the color change observed, that seems zinc is more reactive than, that is, copper. So in the third experiment we conclude that copper is less reactive from all the 3 metals, that is copper is less reactive from aluminum, copper is less reactive from iron, copper is less reactive from zinc. So finally the reactivity order we conclude from the experiment is, that is aluminum is more reactive as it changes the color of all the 4 metals, and then we have zinc, then we have iron, and the lastly that is copper. So from this experiment we conclude the reactivity order in this manner, that is aluminum, then zinc, then iron and the copper. The whole experiment is done on the basis of the color observations, and the reaction particularly used here is the displacement reaction. Remember students, displacement reaction always take place with the observation of the color change. Alright, thank you students. This is all about the experiment.